Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Narcissistic, Meghan McCain trying out for Real Housewives. Is narcissistic Meghan McCain throwing her hat in the ring for a chance at joining the Real Housewives? She has always been outspoken and never afraid to speak her mind, which would make her the perfect addition to the hit Bravo reality series. So, what has brought this idea up? Keep reading for further details. For several seasons, Meghan McCain was a force to be reckoned with on The View. She was very articulate, yet she was also opinionated. This was the perfect combination to be on this talk show's panel, as she could banter with the best of them. Yet, her time there was often riddled with disputes and disagreements. She began in October 2017 and eventually exited after 4 seasons. It became very combative toward the end of her run, especially with Joy Behar. Meghan had gone on maternity leave and was in Mama Bear heaven. When she returned, Joy was rude and snubbed her, so Meghan quickly realized it was time to get out. Luckily, she has remained close with several scorned co-hosts from The View and has gone on to launch her own podcast. She is even more opinionated there and does not hold back a thing. However, her past on the hit talk show can come back and haunt Meghan. According to Monsters and critics, Kellyanne Conway spoke about Meghan at the Washington Post's post-election Global Women's Summit. For context, Meghan was also a co-chair of the event. While on The View and other shows, Meghan McCain referred to Kellyanne and her now ex-husband, George, as gross. After the summit, the ladies were backstage and Kellyanne allegedly confronted Meghan. "I wasn't going to say this while I was mic'd, but do you remember what you said about me and my marriage on The View? You called my marriage gross. Do you realize what you said and what you did?" Though Meghan claimed not to recall what she had said, she did apologize as she supposedly left shaking. Those who were watching said the battle was like something from The Real Housewives. Meghan McCain often visits WWHL with Andy Cohen and is very into the shows, so would this be the next step in her career? Was her fight proof that this is what she is meant to have been doing all along? Unfortunately for Meghan, followers who heard about this fight between her and Kellyanne Conway were not amused by either of them. Narcissistic Meghan loves this because she can talk about her favorite topic some more, herself. Can't stand Kellyanne, but it serves Meghan right. She's not as brave and bold as she wants to pretend to be. Meghan can dish it out but can't take it. Meghan is so soft she was physically shaking from a little confrontation? I can't. Maybe Meghan is not cut out for Housewives after all. Would you like to see her on one of the franchises, or is she not the right fit? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Narcissistic Meghan McCain trying out for Real Housewives. Meghan McCain has long been a figure that people love to hate, or perhaps, more accurately, love to critique. Known for her fiery opinions and her unfiltered takes, especially during her tenure on The View, McCain has mastered the art of polarizing the masses. But recently, she has found herself stepping out of her familiar political commentary and into the unpredictable world of reality TV. Specifically, she's reportedly trying out for a role on one of the most iconic franchises in television history, The Real Housewives. To some, this may seem like a curious career pivot. To others, it's the next logical step for a woman who's already perfected the art of attention-grabbing, controversy-laden headlines. But what exactly would Meghan bring to the Real Housewives universe? Given her background and persona, it's easy to imagine her as a storm of narcissism, drama, and headline-making antics. The queen of self-promotion. Narcissism, as a personality trait, is often associated with self-absorption, a constant need for validation, and an inflated sense of one's own importance. In Meghan's case, these qualities have been a hallmark of her public persona, so it's no surprise that they would play out in full force on Real Housewives. The cameras would follow her every move, and Meghan, being the savvy self-promoter she is, would relish every moment of it. The Housewives world thrives on personal drama, status, and social climbing, and no one is better equipped to play the game than Meghan, a woman whose life has been a constant balancing act between privilege, power, and self-preservation. Every season, the Real Housewives franchise draws in millions of viewers who are captivated by the messy, over-the-top dynamics that fuel the drama. Meghan would fit right in, with her knack for creating chaos around herself. Whether it's sparring with fellow housewives or unleashing her bold opinions about everything from politics to social issues, Meghan would be a relentless presence on screen. Every argument would be about Meghan asserting her dominance in the group. It would be a relentless battle for attention, with Meghan at the center of it all, either as the queen bee or the outcast, but never anything less than the focal point. In interviews, Meghan has been open about her love for social media, often sharing intimate moments from her life and her thoughts on everything from motherhood to the state of the nation. This self-documenting tendency aligns with the Real Housewives franchise, where sharing personal details and airing grievances on social platforms has become a cornerstone of the drama. Imagine Meghan tweeting snarky comments about her co-stars, or throwing shade at the franchise itself when things don't go her way. It would be the perfect storm of media coverage and reality TV gold. Drama, drama, drama. No Real Housewives franchise would be complete without the melodrama, the explosive confrontations, and the moments of outright absurdity. Meghan's on-screen presence would undoubtedly embody all of these elements in spades. She'd be quick to cry foul at any perceived slight, interpreting even the smallest of criticisms as an attack on her character. That's where her narcissism would truly shine, always the victim, never the perpetrator of any drama. When others tried to call her out, Meghan would launch into an impassioned defense, framing herself as a misunderstood, underappreciated force who just doesn't get the respect she deserves. Her family dynamics would be a goldmine for producers. Meghan's complicated relationship with her late father, Senator John McCain, has long been a subject of public fascination. But how would she navigate that conversation on Real Housewives? Would she use it as a tool to build sympathy, or would she deflect the attention back onto herself, making every conversation about her pain and her journey rather than the shared experiences of those around her? The potential for conflict is endless, and Meghan would surely seize every opportunity to keep the narrative focused on her. It's also worth noting that, like many Real Housewives cast members before her, Meghan has shown a flair for blowing up friendships and alliances at the drop of a hat. On The View, her stormy relationships with co-hosts like Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin were well documented. On Real Housewives, these skills could translate to backstabbing, alliances shifting every few episodes, and the kind of high-octane confrontations that fans of the franchise expect. Meghan would be a master of creating drama, flipping alliances on a dime, and letting the world know how she feels with little regard for the fallout. The ultimate Real Housewife archetype. In terms of character archetypes, Meghan would easily slip into the role of the villain, not because she's inherently malicious, but because her narcissism would push her to the top of the social hierarchy. The power plays, the subtle, and not so subtle manipulations, and the constant search for validation would make her an instant favorite for the mean girl role. But this villainy wouldn't be devoid of vulnerability. At the core, Meghan would likely show moments of insecurity that would make her more relatable. She's not just a product of privilege and power, she's a woman trying to balance family, career, and her own evolving sense of self-worth in a world that constantly demands more from her. However, that sense of vulnerability wouldn't be enough to shield her from the backlash she'd likely face from other housewives. A key part of the franchise's appeal is watching women tear each other down, and Meghan's unapologetic, often divisive personality would make her a prime target for the other cast members. Expect plenty of passive-aggressive one-liners, catty comments, and moments where Meghan would be forced to stand her ground, or risk looking weak. Social media showdowns. One of the hallmarks of Real Housewives is the role social media plays in amplifying the drama. Meghan McCain is no stranger to Twitter feuds, and her ability to turn a 280-character comment into a viral moment would play out spectacularly on the Real Housewives stage. Imagine the drama unfolding off-camera as Meghan launches a scathing tweet at a fellow housewife, only for the feud to escalate with each tweet, Instagram post, and TikTok video. Fans would love to witness the behind-the-scenes moments that lead up to these digital throwdowns. It's not hard to imagine Meghan hitting send on a tweet that ignites a firestorm of controversy, only for her to later try to turn the narrative in her favor. She'd use social media as both a weapon and a shield, amplifying her importance while spinning every controversy in her favor. Would she apologize for the chaos she causes, or would she double down on her statements, as she has in the past? It's clear that Meghan is no stranger to conflict, and her online persona would be the perfect counterpart to the manufactured drama of the Real Housewives world. Conclusion: reality TV's next big star. If Meghan McCain joins the ranks of the Real Housewives, it's almost guaranteed to be a show-stopping spectacle. Whether you love her or hate her, Meghan would be an undeniable force on the show, bringing narcissism, drama, and controversy with her at every turn. For a franchise built on high-maintenance, larger-than-life personalities, she's exactly the kind of star the producers crave: bold, unpredictable, and always ready to stir the pot. Whether she'd thrive or implode in the Housewives world is anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure: the Real Housewives wouldn't be the same without her.